selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dog Pound at East Knox High School in Howard, Ohio for some KMAC action on a Tuesday night. The East Knox Bulldogs taking on the Centerburg Trojans. Hello, everybody. My name is Travis Berardi alongside Coach Brian Vota. And, Coach, these two teams down towards the bottom of the KMAC, but still, tournament time is right around the corner, and you'd like to get a win.
Well, you like to be able to get a win and get some momentum going into the tournament situation because, you know, as last year East Knox proved that you got hot when you needed to get hot and got some wins in the tournament. Actually won a sectional championship. And Centerburg's playing some pretty good ball. The last match they played against Utica, which was yesterday, they got a 3-1 win against them. I saw that one of their hitters might have been out that last match. Looks like she's maybe back tonight. So you'd like to think that they can be putting it all together and playing real strong tonight. And again, it's all about tournament time. I mean, when you get in there, anybody can win it all. It doesn't matter what your record is, doesn't matter what your place is in the league. If you can get in and play hot, you can go on a big, deep tournament run, and that's sure is one of the coaches for the goal. One of the coaches' goals. There we go.
Speaking of coming in hot, Highland leads the KMAC 10-0. They did get their first loss of the season. They're now 16-1. They lead Cardington Lincoln in second at 8-2. Northmore third at 7-2. Fredericktown fourth at 5-5. Then you have Centerburg and Danville at 4-6. Mount Gilead 1-8, and then East Knox 0-10. As we look at the starting lineups for the Bulldogs, led by Coach Brad Van Hoos. They come in with a record of 1-14.
Coach Van Hoos' squad here just got to try to do their best to put things together here, try to lean on senior leadership as much as possible, and also use the strength of some of their upcoming new younger players. They have been battling, and they've never been really down, so one of the keys for them tonight is being able to capture on that senior leadership and use their balanced attack.
East Knox on an 8-game losing streak since defeating Mansfield Christian in straight sets. They've won 4 sets this season. One of them coming against Fredericktown last Tuesday, so they'll look to right the ship there. These two teams did meet on September 10th at Centerburg. The Trojans winning 25-14, 25-17, 25-14, so it was a competitive match. We'll see if East Knox can even the score here tonight on home court as we are ready to go. Service by Stella Weisbrod. We are underway. Cross shot kept up. Back over to the Trojans. And that shot just inside the back line.
It's a good shot by Taylor Scowden there. Did a great job hitting that ball back corner there. It's a good spot to put that. They don't put defenders back there, so she did a good job turning that right shoulder just a little bit, hitting that back corner.
Her 85th kill. She's now one behind Weisbrod for the team lead. And it's 1-0 Trojans.
And another good play by Scowden there. Saw the balls coming up the net, just reached over and was able to tip it to the left and got a score on that. It's very important that you be on that net in case any overpasses.
Trojans on a 2-game win streak. They swept Mount Gilead, and like you said, they beat Utica 3-1 on Monday. Yeah, a decent volley going here. Cross shot dug up. Off the net, saved.
Who's going to put it away first?
Exactly, I was about to say that.
Try to mix up a little bit and tip it over. Centerburg was ready for that.
Free ball back over to Centerburg. Pushed over and out, and East Knox is on the board. So that's a big win for East Knox after that long volley.
Exactly right. It gives you some momentum because you hang around, you play, you dig, you survive, you get a kill there. Or, I mean, you actually get opponent's error, and it's like, okay, we got a point. Let's go. We can do this now.
Brenna Remy to start things off for East Knox. Lady Bulldogs with another chance. Montgomery with the point. Finds the open space in the middle and dinks it down, and we're tied at 2.
Yeah, just found that spot right in the middle of everybody there. It's very difficult to defend that and play that. Once you start putting people there, and they start hitting deeper. So that's generally a shot that is not covered, but sometimes if you can get a nice, good roll shot, you'll be able to score on that.
And a miss hit, so 3 straight for East Knox gives them the lead early on here in the first set.
Yeah, Glenn was just trying to tip that over, just got the top of her fingertips and just roll backwards rather than forward.
So 3-2 Lady Bulldogs. Remy on a bit of a streak here. Nice serve by her, but it's kept up. And it's the Trojans that finish it off. Grace Wolford with the point.
Yeah, just a little bit of an overpass. Setter was able to go up and find that and contact that and take that over the net.
Not known for her kills, she does have 245 assists and gives Scout in that point. That's an ace, her 23rd of the season. It's 4-3 Centerburg.
It's a nice serve there. Got that down just enough. Got the drop down, and Glenn got that nice, good ace there.
Nice cross shot, almost drops for the point. And it turns into the point for the Trojans.
That's a good back row attack by number 6. She saw the ball, wasn't set to her front row player. She decided, I can swing at this. Really played under control and hit the ball over. Your back row people, you're generally time are not trying to get the kills. Your goal is just not to make it anything worse than what happened.
And that, yeah, one of those prime examples of just trying to save it, keep it to the other side, make the other team make a mistake.
Kind of same play just happened just right there. Again, we saw the same result. A lot of people think, well, I'm going to hit this ball as hard as I can. I'm a back row hitter, and I'm just going to score. I'm going to kill. Well, we don't. A lot of teams don't run their offense for back row. So your job is, hey, it's out of system. It's not where it's supposed to be. Let's get this in play. You got it in play. Other team made a mistake. You got the point.
6-3 Centerburg.
That's a nice swing. That's Mielek.
Shanda Mielek.
Did a great job. She's had a couple other good swings. They weren't quite as hard as that one. She felt a little bit more comfortable, so she put a little bit more into it, and of course, got a good result.
Yeah, found the open space on the right side, crossed it perfectly for the point.
That's all about velocity. The other ones she hit were not quite as hard, able to be dug up.
Sydney Biggs serving now, but it's finished off.
Kennedy just hit that ball straight down the middle.
Autumn
Scored.
Kennedy.
Roberto going out now. Coming in is Gwen Sands. She's a sophomore, middle. Scouting back to serve.
Sands with 81 kills on the season, 24 blocks. Nicely done there for the back point. I believe that was Maddie Annette.
Yeah, just hit that just down the line, and Scouting was able to just not quite able to cover that.
It seemed like the back line of Centerburg was playing a little bit too far up there as well. Unable to get back to get that. Angel Montgomery served for the Lady Bulldogs, and perfect little dink there by Aggie.
Trick shot. Had her arms back like she was going to swing. Last minute, pulled them back, tipped it over, scored.
So East Knox back to within 1. It's 7-6. Nice serve there by Montgomery. But it turns into a point by Sands.
Sand just had a nice controlled shot that the setter did a good job getting there, getting the ball up, and able to put it down.
That was a nice reception there as well on the service. Perfectly placed up for the set and the finish.
And that's a key. That's a key. 2 keys, I think, generally, back in my old days in my coaching career, serve and serve, receive. You receive the ball, you're going to do well. Serve the ball well, you're going to do well.
And right back on the other end, same thing. Gives East Knox the point. So back-to-back, nice points by both squads.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing a nice competitive match here. That was a serve by the DS. Schaefer Lee, she came in for Kennedy from the front row, so she'll just play the back row. When Kennedy comes to the front row, she'll play for her.
Mielik with the service. Kept up. East Knox with a chance to tie it. But it's mishit out of bounds, so Centerburg back up to 9-7.
Yeah, net there. You like her approach to it. She had a real good approach. She attacks the ball net. She attacks the ball hard, but just hit it out of bounds.
Wolford serving for Centerburg.
Another tip. Dug by Shafley, and again.
And it looks like
a net on Centerburg.
Yep. Called it on East Knox, actually. And
Centerburg, East Knox.
Centerburg gets the point, yeah. So 10-7 Centerburg here, first set. And that shot long.
It's a good job by scouting back there, seeing that ball's out of bounds and laying off of that. She's kind of an interesting player here. Great attitude. I actually have had opportunity to work with her in the past. She's got a great attitude. Good kid.
Nice serve, but
just came over on the overpass. She came up for it, did the right thing, and maybe it was a little bit off balance. Kind of hit the ball on her way down. And when you're hitting the ball on the way down, you lose a lot of control. A lot of times I tell people, if you just go tight on that net, go up and over, reach and just tip right, tip left. A lot of times that's just as effective as trying to swing at it.
And yeah, that was wrong. It's 11-8 actually instead of 12-7. The scoreboard operator accidentally gave Centerburg a point. Oh, nice dig there to keep it up.
Two good digs in a row.
And it turns into a point. So 12-8 your score.
That's a real good job by Centerburg, staying on their toes, ready for the ball to come back over and got it up.
Ooh. Collision there. Thankfully, both players able to get up. And that turns into a point. Another ace for the Trojans.
You never like to see that. You never like to see people get hurt like that, but thankfully it's like they're okay. But sometimes you're going for the ball and you're focused on the ball and you run into each other.
So 13-8 your score here. Off the block, dug back up. Nice save there by East Knox. It turns into a free ball. And that shot long, so East Knox back on the board, 13-9.
Yeah, East Knox there was able to attack the ball to the back left position where the setter is. Kind of took him out of system. Anytime you attack to the back left and your setter's in the front and your setter's in the back row, takes him out of system. So 18 had to help set. She's the right side player, Kennedy Glenn. She did a good job getting that up, but sometimes teams will just attack the setter. They say attack the setter, attack the setter, attack the setter. A lot of setters will practice setting, and won't necessarily practice defense. So if you will attack the setter a lot of times, you may get them essentially out of system, because if they take their first ball, they can't take the second ball. So we'll have a lot of people who have their right sides. Hey, listen, we don't care how hard you hit it, just attack that setter there in the back left position. And once she takes that first play, then somebody else has to become the setter. So again, some people will do that as a strategy. Some people will just simply attack it so that they can get them out of system, which is what everybody wants. We want other teams to be out of system.
And I think that's what the Trojans going over. They called a timeout there after the East Knox point, just to calm them down and say, hey, let's just reset, just do your jobs, and we should be fine. East Knox trailing 13-9, 4 points right now.
And sometimes in volleyball, you have a tendency to play to the level of your opponent, not trying to say one is better than the other, but meaning sometimes the speed, the tempo, rather than determining and setting your own tempo, there's a tendency to play to the level of what an opponent would bring with you. And if theirs is a little bit slower, sometimes you'll just kind of slow down and relax rather than taking charge and playing the game you want to play. And I would imagine that may be something that Coach Wappel might have been saying to her team there.
And that might be that's what separates the teams like Highland from pretty much the rest of the pack here in the KMAC.
Exactly right.
Highland just always plays to their tempo and and makes the other teams try and catch up.
Yeah, Highland, I guess I would say, sets the tempo.
Yeah, exactly. Montgomery had the reach
Same
for that
scenario
attempt.
there. The setter dug at and helped set by the right side.
So that's a block. And the Lady Bulldogs back within 3.
Looks like Lexi King got her hands on that, blocked that down, and weren't able to get that back up.
Her 12th block of the year. And again into the net. So 2 straight for East Knox out of the timeout. So timeout by Centerburg looked to work more in East Knox's favor.
Yeah, if that happens, don't take any more timeout. Let them play.
Maddie Annette with her second service here. And a nice touch there by Scouting.
That's a good set. That was a good set, nice and up, and we're able to just tip it to the left side and score. Making an offensive, defensive substitution. Number 9 is coming in. Autumn Kennedy goes out for Kylie Schaeferly, who serves and plays back row defense.
14-11 your score. Oh, and a miss hit. So East Knox within 2, 14-12.
Yeah, Kenny got a set there just a little bit off the net, wasn't ready for it. Just tried to make a good play, a nice down ball, but didn't quite get over the net.
Brennan Remy to serve. It's going to turn into a free ball. Bumped over and it hits the line and in.
Just got it down the line. They're scoring down the line there on a few times on that. Centerburg may want to make some adjustments to their middle back to kind of read those shoulders. We train our players to read shoulders. Once you see the shoulders go, that's the direction you need to go. And rather than playing just a specific stance across court, down court, middle court, you want to read those shoulders of the hitter and adjust to them.
And that's an ace, so we're tied up. Mielik with the previous point, and then give Remy the ace, and we're knotted up at 14.
Yeah, just one of those plays where somebody thought somebody else was going to have it. They ended up, neither one of them were able to get that there.
It's a nice touch by Centerburg, however, East Knox was there.
Good swing by Kennedy, but a good dig.
Nice setup here. Through the block, saves somehow, and free ball back over to Centerburg. And they can't do anything with it.
We get another free ball here.
And it's in!
Same old spot down the line there. Again, that's 3 or 4 times they've hit down that line there. And again, you want to encourage them to kind of read those shoulders and try to defend against that. See, the set was up and just hit the ball, just turn their shoulders just enough to hit the ball down the line.
And that goes back to that block. Looked like it was going to fall down, but somehow East Knox able to dig it back out and get the point.
Third ball got to go over. All right.
Nice setup here for the Trojans. And that drops.
That's a good swing by Glenn there. Nice, good, solid swing.
So Wolford ties things up at 15. Exciting first set here.
Competitive volleyball, you like to see that.
That's an ace.
Glenn comes off a kill, comes back here and says, all right, we'll go ahead and get an ace while we're back here.
She had 28 coming into this match. Gives Centerburg the lead right back at 16-15 first set.
Just a couple behind the leader of their team, DeHart, who's got 32.
Montgomery dug up. That'll be a free ball over to Centerburg. They misplayed, so we're tied again.
We got unfortunate there. We always try to tell our players to, call that ball, you call that ball. Other people kind of are warned that, hey, it's my ball, back off, and just kind of gives them notice. Also, I'd like to do that because it just gives them confidence. I got this ball, I'm going to take it, and it creates some confidence too.
Sydney Biggs to serve for the Lady Bulldogs. That's a right move by Wolford, but through the block, and that falls. Give the point to Haggie.
And right just down that line, I think they've got, 4 or 5 points at least down that line, down that area. Maybe something coach will look to adjust between timeouts or next set or
there's a let ball.
Wherever they can.
Save back over. And into the net, so Centerburg ties it up again.
Yeah, Hagee just hit that one in there a little bit. We got a timeout by East Knox.
Brad Van Hoos will take his first. So we're knotted at 17 here in the first set. First to 8. So we've seen with East Knox in their previous matches that they've been really behind the ball because of mistakes that they've made. But in this set so far, they haven't made many mistakes. They're just playing volleyball and forcing the Lady Trojans to play perfect ball, and they're not.
Yeah. It seems like they've got a few balls they've hit out of bounds, a few balls they hit in the net. It seems like on the service line they've done pretty well keeping balls in play, but East Knox, it seems like their strategy is let's not hurt it. Let's not do anything miraculous here. Let's get it in play and play good defense. Somebody passes the ball, sets up the ball, gets a kill on us. Okay, congratulations. Let's just not help people to beat us. So there's kind of that fine line there between do we want to just throw it over real easy because then they can set up and get a kill as to hitting a good, solid contact, ideally hoping to take somebody out of their system so they can't swing hard back at you. And it sounds like that's kind of what they've been doing today. And it seems like Centerburg is making a couple mistakes on their own.
Neither team has really gone on a big run, and that plays more into East Knox's game.
Yeah, they're a team that is very driven by emotion and momentum, and they've had a tough year this year, and sometimes maybe when you're behind and out, and on paper, maybe they're not supposed to win this match, but when they're in it, it just gives them some life and energy, and they say, "Hey, let's go, we can do this, girls."
That's a double hit off the service from Scoutin.
Yeah, it's just a double contact ball, just a little bit off the net. Looks like shoulders were facing towards the back of the court, and she tried to set it to the front left position. It's pretty hard to do that.
So 18-17 Centerburg, and another double hit.
Looks like double contact again.
So back-to-back mistakes by East Knox gives the Lady Trojans the 19-17 lead here in the first set.
And kind of things we talked about before. Again, try not to make mistakes. Get the ball over, let your opponent make the mistakes. And East Knox struggling with that just a little bit.
Nicely done there by Scoutin to allow that to go out, and it's 3 straight.
That's a good play by Scoutin. She goes back to serve now. Scoutin mentioned her earlier. She plays back row. Does a really good job. She actually leads the team in receptions. She also plays middle here, which is not something real common.
And there with the block, Sands and Wolford.
Sands and Wolford put up a nice, good double block there. Ball went straight back down, and looks like East Knox is going to get another timeout.
So 4 straight points for Centerburg has them in a golden position to take set number 1, as East Knox with back-to-back timeouts really thrown off their game a little bit by some mistakes.
Yeah, and you can't fault the setter. It's not that, I tried to double right, I tried to do something miraculous and stuff. Those things are going to happen and stuff. You can control some of that stuff, but sometimes the passing is just a little bit off and you're on the run and don't get your feet balanced. And that's one of the biggest things before you set the ball. You want to make sure you're balanced and make sure you're turned, because if you're not balanced, a lot of times you are going to get that double. So looks like Centerburg capitalized on a couple of those mistakes.
Yeah.
2 free points just kind of by standing there. And they said, okay, and then they, got on a run. And again, if nothing else, this is a game of momentum, emotion, and that's kind of what we're seeing now is a couple points given by East Knox, and Centerburg says, okay, we're ready to go here.
We'll see if those mistakes lead to a Centerburg set victory here. So it's a free ball back to East Knox. Nice set. Off the block and down. Give that point to Hagee. It's 21-18.
Scored a lot of points down that line there. They probably got 5 or 6 kills just down that line.
We'll see if they can continue to use that side to their advantage. Montgomery with the serve. It's coming back over. Nice block there.
And dug up
by Wolford, but East Knox saves it. And then a mistake, so 2 straight for East Knox.
Nice play by Wolford to get up there and get a block on that to keep the ball back alive. She got some good athletic ability. She's a setter. They run a 5-1 offense with her, and she does a good job. And she knew she was front row, so she could do that.
Free ball over the East Knox, but a miss hit there by Montgomery gives Centerburg the point.
It looks like this on that case. The ball was over, and she tried to use an overhand pass. And she wasn't really low enough to get that up until it went into the net and weren't able to kind of set that up. Another defensive, offensive substitution. Schaeferly comes in the game to serve.
Cross shot dug up. It's a free ball back over. Off the block, kept up, goes across the net and falls for Centerburg.
Just got a little hand on it, just enough to make it trickle and just walk all the way down the line and just drop on East Knox side.
I don't understand the physics of volleyball. I've said this multiple times. For a ball to just dance across the top of a very small net, as that's hit out. So
yeah,
now it's set point for Centerburg.
Yeah, Schaeferly coming here and did a good job. Some really good serves here. She's one of the leaders in aces, I believe, on the team too. So she's doing an outstanding job.
And that falls, so East Knox stays alive. 4 set points now for Centerburg, however.
Yeah, Schaeferly second on the team in aces with 29. So they're in receive now. Look to get a good pass up and potentially finish it out.
Nice serve. That could be a free ball back over to East Knox.
DeHart passes it over.
Oh, nice dig by Schaeferly. Brings it back over. Dug back out. Wolford, that's dug up.
That's a nice idea. I like that play.
And thrown down by Weisbrod to finish things off. Centerburg wins the close one here in set 1, 25-20. We're going to take a break. You're watching live high school volleyball, live and free on the OH Report.
Hi, this is Brock Ross from the Danville office of the Kilbuck Savings Bank, and I want to wish the Danville Blue Devils all the best for a great season.
And this is Dee Scott from the Apple Valley office of the Kilbuck Savings Bank, and I'm here to wish the East Knox Bulldogs an awesome season.
We may root for different teams, but we are together in our efforts to service the financial needs of our neighbors and friends in the Knox County area.
Supporting our community is even more important today. So contact me, Dee Scott, at the Apple Valley office.
Or me, Brock Ross, at Danville.
The Kilbuck Savings Bank, your community partner, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Back here at the Dog Pound on the campus of East Knox High School at Howard, Ohio. Centerburg leading 1-0. And let's take a look at those lineups. We forgot to bring them up earlier. So Centerburg first, with a record of 6-9 with head coach Rachel Walpole. They really just have to do what they did in the first match to knock off East Knox. And the Bulldogs really showing some fight tonight as we pull up the East Knox lineups. With head coach Brad Van Hoos, they limited mistakes until late, and that's pretty much what cost them the first set.
Yeah, they eliminated mistakes, and Centerburg helped them out a little bit with a couple points here and there. Again, you always appreciate that if you're one receiving the points.
Brenna Remy will serve to start things off here in set number 2. Cross shot finished off. Give that one to Kennedy Glenn, and it's 1-0 Centerburg.
Nice swing by Kennedy there, hit just off the top of the block, went out of bounds.
So service over to Glenn. Montgomery hits it back. Corner. And that'll be finished. Give that point to Lexi King.
She just had her shoulder turned just right, hit that ball to the cross shot to that back left corner. Nice kill for a point.
So we're knotted up at 1 here. Set number 2. Sydney Biggs the serve. And she gets an ace. That was kind of like a knuckleball. The back line didn't know what to do with that one.
Yeah, and sometimes if you serve a float, that's kind of what you want to have happen. I'm not quite sure if that is what happened, but that's what you're looking to do, is hit a float where the ball doesn't move much.
And another ace. So she hits it short the first time, then throws them off by hitting it pretty much hard towards the back line and causes another error and gets 2 straight aces.
Yeah, again, if you're able to get that float and you don't know what the ball's going to do. It looks like she may have some on that. If you hit that ball with that palm of your hand straight, flat, that ball sometimes will just move. It'll dive suddenly, move left or right suddenly, and looks like she's able to do that because that ball's dancing, as they say.
Aces are wild for Biggs as she has 3 straight. Finally, Centerburg able to corral it, but it's blocked back at him. So East Knox with all the momentum here to start the second set as you watch the replay right into the block.
Yeah, that's a great job for them being there, positioning that, the outsized East Knox, and they're able to get that block there.
And another ace.
Yeah, still struggling with this serve. She's done a great job of just getting the ball in play. Nice, good float serve, and it's doing its magic.
6-1, East Knox leads here early in the second set. Make that another ace. Centerburg completely thrown off their game and forced to call an early timeout. Lady Bulldogs a 6-0 run.
Well, as you mentioned before, Coach, I talked to you a little bit before I mentioned some of the keys to the game. Obviously, serve, receive. Serving 6-7 in a row, struggling on serve, receive. Again, if you can be successful in those parts of the game, you're usually going to do pretty well. And you see here that East Knox has done a great job of getting the ball in, nice serve in, and then Centerburg struggling with serve, receive. Very, very, very important part of the game. It doesn't matter if you got 6'5" people in the front row. It doesn't matter if you got the best setter in the country. If you're struggling with serve, receive, you're not going to be successful. So I'm sure Coach will get them together there and say, hey, let's shake this off. Let's get this focus in, get a good pass up, and get a good kill.
Yeah, that's a good timeout by Coach Walpole because, like you said, the set's already starting to slip away from them. They're down 6. I mean, plenty of time for them to come back, but if you would have let East Knox continue on that streak, it might have gotten out of hand early.
Yeah, and sometimes what it does, a timeout like this, it really is good because what it's done is taken the server, out of her kind of comfort zone. She now has to go to the bench. She now has to kind of move around, and now she has to try to come in and remember what she had been doing, and she did a pretty good job.
Free ball over the East Knox. They have a chance to add on here. Cross, but out. And Centerburg gets the point to change service. They trail 7-2.
Yeah, Hagee just hit that ball just a little bit long. We got a libero going out now, and Gwen Sands, middle hitter, come in for her. She's a sophomore.
Scouting to serve.
Scouting back to serve. Got an overpass.
And it turns into the spike. Big kill there by Kennedy. It's 7-3.
Kennedy said thank you very much. Appreciate that.
So 2 straight out of the timeout for Centerburg. Nice set, but
it's a nice up.
Montgomery gets it back over. Another chance. Still kept up. Nice one-handed dig there by the libero. DeHart. Perfect set off the block, stays up. But a lift called against East Knox, so 3 straight now for Centerburg. They only trail by 3.
Centerburg got some good net play there. Up with the block, saw it, didn't quite get back over, put another tip, got on play, and then they got East Knox a little bit out of system and got a lift called on them.
Montgomery through the block and down. So right as Centerburg was getting something going, Montgomery finishes the run.
It's a tough one. Your blocker's up there to try to defend them. A lot of times we want to make sure that they're penetrating over the hands over the net so they block. And that way it doesn't come back on your side.
Free ball to East Knox. Through the block and down again.
Remy with a nice aggressive attack in the back row. That's a nice play. You like to see that. Ready to attack the ball, whether she's back row or not.
And East Knox taking advantage, well, until that mistake, but they were taking advantage of the rotation for Centerburg, going right at the middle.
Yep. Defensive substitution in. Schaeferly's coming in for Autumn Kennedy. Schaeferly is, I believe her mom and dad are dentists. I believe they're Schaeferly and Schaeferly dentists somewhere around here. I'm not quite sure. But so if you need some dental work, tell them you heard about them on OH Network. Schaeferly and Schaeferly.
There you go.
Also kind of sounds like a funeral home too, though. But
nonetheless, we got a point here for East Knox.
Yeah, she just able to, Kylie was able, Schaeferly was unable just to get that, get a nice roll shot, landed in and scored.
Lady Bulldogs up 10-5 here, second set, after falling 25-20 in the first set. A nice answer there by Weisbrod.
Yeah, Weisbrod there, a nice good attack. She's kind of impressed with her play. She's a 6 rotation player, plays all the way around, and she's not afraid to swing. She's also kind of a smart player. The fact that she's just a freshman is pretty impressive. I look for some good things for her down the road.
Nice serve there. Nothing but a free ball back to Centerburg because of it. Pushed down, dug up, but out of bounds.
Just out of bounds. It was a nice play by Mielek to try to get that ball up. Wasn't able to quite do that and ended up back on her side.
So Centerburg back to within 3, 10-7.
Hey, Gracie here, what's called a jump float serve. Tried to jump to hit the ball, and
it worked.
Same thing as a down float, except you're going to jump, and it works better because you want to have some momentum. A little bit more difficult to do, but again, you want to put that float contact on it. Make sure the ball will float and move and hopefully die.
10-8 your score. Right over. Centerburg with a chance. Kept up somehow by East Knox. And it'll fall. They called a lift on Centerburg, so.
Looks like we're going to get a lift.
East Knox back up by 3, 11-8.
Yeah, Weisbrod again with a nice play there. Went up. She's up aggressively, ready to attack the ball. Saw it wasn't a good set, pulled it back, just got it in play, and almost got a point out of it, but East Knox was able to hang on and get it back over.
And a miss hit.
Those are the tough one situations that come from the back row, so she can't really go up and contact that ball and take the ball over the net since she's a back row player. So she's got to try to find some way to keep that back on her side or she'll get a back row violation.
Wolford tried the backwards set and just misplayed off her hands the drop. That set just a little too far up towards the net. Couldn't do anything with it. And East Knox with the miss hit, though.
It was a help set, and then they tried to set King there, and she just a little bit too far on the outside, and she just bumped it over. Just couldn't get inside the antenna, though.
Savannah DeHart to serve for Centerburg, trailing by 3. And that'll drop, so East Knox and Centerburg now they're trading points back and forth. And that actually helps East Knox due to the lead they have.
Exactly right. You trade points all day long, you're going to win 25-21. So you don't worry about this too much. If you're in the lead, try to avoid the run.
Give that to Maddie Annette. And it's 14-9. So East Knox back up 5 points. And that's finished off by Brenna Remy.
Nice, good kill there. She's aggressive. I like her. She gets up, gets the ball set. She's like, hey, I'm swinging, man. If I like it, I'm going to swing.
Timeout, Centerburg. They use their final timeout, trailing 15-9. East Knox back to its largest lead of the set, 6 points.
Yeah, it looks to me some of the things that Centerburg struggled with at the beginning of the sets, I think they're struggling with right now. Although their serves are not going for aces, they're what we would say taking them out of system. They can't set the ball who they want it to set to and get a good solid contact on it. So they're not pushing a free ball over. And anytime you receive a free ball, no matter what side you're on, it's always good. It's always in your favor. And so, again, the big key here is East Knox keeping those serves in. Centerburg struggling with getting them up and where they need up to where they need to go so they can make good solid contact back.
Yeah, it's like in football, causing a turnover. It's a free possession for you. For basketball, you cause a turnover, you get a missed shot. It's a free possession for you, and that gives you the chance to extend on your lead by getting those extra points. And like you said, this is exactly what East Knox is taking advantage of.
Yeah, and if I'm being the East Knox coach right now, what I'm saying to them is, listen, we've got a 6-point lead here. It's going to take a big run by them to get back into this game. If they get 6-7 kills in a row, okay, congratulations. We don't want to help them. Let's not miss serve. Let's not hit balls out of bounds. Let's make them win this game.
That dig into the net. And Centerburg back on the board to back down 5.
Scouting with a good solid contact there and able to stop that run. Substitution here is front row for back row again. 6 Schaefer-Lee back in. They're on the way out, and Kennedy on in.
Wise broad to serve. Montgomery dug up right at the net. East Knox, free ball back over. Nice dig in the back. And they're going to give the point to Centerburg. I believe one of the East Knox players slid under the net.
Yeah, that's an interesting rule that they've changed this year a little bit. You're actually allowed to have your foot over the net as long as part of your foot is touching the net and it's not interfering in play. So it must have determined that it was. That's a nice, good float serve there.
Montgomery dug back up.
They're attacking down that line again.
Pushed back over. Fake the set. Centerburg was there. Cross shot blocked up. And that time finished off.
Kennedy with a nice kill there right off the block. Good solid swing. I'll tell you one thing, I'm impressed by East Knox block, I'll be honest with you. They're up and they're touching a lot of balls, even though they're generally undersized. Almost everybody in the front row of East Knox is not near the height everybody at Centerburg is.
And now 4 straight. Makes it 15-13. So there's that run we were talking about. And a miss hit out of bounds. So now, just like that, Coach Van Hoos has to call a timeout after a 5-0 Centerburg run, brings them back to within 1.
Yeah, and Remy's, as much as you did a great job on the other attack, this one, maybe take a little bit off of that. Again, she likes to go up and likes to swing. Maybe that you want to take just a little bit off, get that ball in play, sometimes just to stop a run. Looks like we have a tight match once again.
I'd like to remind you, Thursday nights, the Sports Mix right here on the OH Report Facebook and YouTube channels. With Brian Skoronsky, Jake Furr, and myself, as well as Jesse Ryder. We'll have sports from all around the area. Highlights of football, soccer, and others. Thursday nights on the Sports Mix. As we return to play. And an ace. So just like that, we are tied again at 15.
Again, it looks like the teams that are getting back into the game are getting back by generally serving.
14-8 run. Make that a 15-8 run by Centerburg. Gives them their first lead of the set.
Weisbrod doing a good job. He's got a nice, good float serve. Keeps it in and consistent, and it's moving around. Looks like East Knox maybe what we call passing 2. There's only 2 people passing deep, 1 person up a little bit.
That was nearly an ace, but it's finished off by Kennedy. And now it's a 2-point lead for Centerburg. All the momentum on their side.
Yeah, it's the second ball Kenny's been up and ready for, maybe even a third, and done a good job being on the net and getting those overpasses. Those are free points. We love those.
Weisbrod with the serve still. And that's mishit. So 18-15 Centerburg your score.
Yeah, help set on that situation. King was trying to ready to swing for it. Saul just a little bit low and tried to push it over, and the R1 called her for a lift.
A little miscommunication by East Knox there. So now Centerburg 6 points away from taking a 2-sets-to-none lead after trailing by 6. And Brad Van Hoos calling another timeout.
Yeah, still struggling with serve receive, trying to just get the ball up to the setter so they can set an offense and, put the pressure back on Centerburg.
So it's a 10-0 run by Centerburg here, giving them the 19-15 lead here in the second set.
Coach Van Hoos probably just telling them, listen, let's just stay focused. We know we have the potential. We have the ability. We were up by 6. We know we can claw our way back and get to that way, get the ball in play, make good solid contacts, keep getting them hands up, touching those defenders, and find a way to claw back in. If you're on Centerburg side, you're just saying, listen, we're in the same scenario that East Knox was a little while ago. We've got a 6-point lead. We're not going to get 6 points on one kill, so let's just get a good solid swing. We don't like it, get it in play, and we'll look to put the next one if we have to.
So pretty much a direct 180 of what happened to start the set. It's now East Knox making mistakes and Centerburg just playing solid volleyball.
Looks like we got a free ball here. Let's see if they can capitalize on it.
Just dinked over the net by Glenn. So now 5 points away from taking set 2 is Centerburg.
It's a smart play by Glenn. Only a freshman there and does a good job. She plays 6 rotations, plays all the way around, so it's pretty impressive by a freshman to play all these six rotations around. And
that's off the antenna, so another mishit.
looks like trying to go down that line again, which has been helpful to them most of the night, and just was a little bit wide and hit that antenna.
Centerburg 4 points away.
Kennedy again.
Make that 3. 13-0 run.
Yeah, she's just up there hanging on the net saying, hey, I'm ready, I'm ready. You pass the ball over, I'm going to put it back down.
Nearly an ace, and yes, it is.
Again, nice controlled serve right where it should be. Just aren't able to get under it and get squared.
Montgomery, backside, that's received. Bumped over, and another nice play there by Scoutin.
Just tipped the ball to her right, knew that she couldn't really swing hard, and just wanted to get a ball misdirection. Not directly in front of her, where usually a blocker is. Tip it right or tip it to the left side.
So set point now.
See the ball set up here, bumps it up, and just tips to the right.
That's set a little bit close to the net. Still Montgomery able to get it over. And just long, and that'll do it. 16 straight points for Centerburg. Gives them the 25-15 second set victory. We're going to take a break. You're watching high school volleyball live and free on the OH Report.
Hi, this is Brock Ross from the Danville office of the Kilbuck Savings Bank, and I want to wish the Danville Blue Devils all the best for a great season.
And this is Dee Scott from the Apple Valley office of the Kilbuck Savings Bank, and I'm here to wish the East Knox Bulldogs an awesome season.
We may root for different teams, but we are together in our efforts to service the financial needs of our neighbors and friends in the Knox County area.
Supporting our community is even more important today. So contact me, Dee Scott, at the Apple Valley office.
Or me, Brock Ross, at Danville.
The Kilbuck Savings Bank, your community partner, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Never get hurt, held tight by daddy's arms, so she could work all her charms. Oh, but everything comes to an end. A heart broke 'cause her mind wouldn't let bend. She's got the blue eyes, blonde hair, don't care, attitude that gets her everywhere, and she's out there looking for
Back here at the Dog Pound, Centerburg with a 2-0 lead after finishing the second set on a 16-0 run to finish it off 25-15. Travis Berardi, Brian Votow here at East Knox.
East Knox looking to rebound from that tough set loss. They were up big and ended up losing big.
And this hit into the net, so Centerburg with 17 straight points if you go back to the second set.
East Knox is saying, don't remind us, it's a new game, it's fresh, and we don't want to know about that. Right now it's 1-0.
Another nice serve there by Weisbrod. And that hits the back line, so East Knox gets the point.
Remy with another good solid swing there, hit that back left corner for a nice kill.
Remy the serve. Free ball back to East Knox. And they call it a double hit. So Centerburg back on top.
It's a tough play. She received the ball on this side, trying to set the ball clear across to the other side. Didn't have quite her feet underneath her and got double contact.
Montgomery played that back, but a little miscommunication, I guess you could say, on that, and leads to another Centerburg point.
Yeah, anytime the ball's going directly to net or below the net, it's very difficult to figure out how to play out of that.
There's a service error, so East Knox will get a point back. It's 3-2. So we have a substitution. Sydney Biggs in to serve.
Biggs in for Lexi King there.
So that was a nice attempt by Mielek to just set it back over, but not enough oomph on it to get it over the net. Comes back down, double hit, and Centerburg with the point.
Yeah, just not quite enough to get it over. Came back on her side, got a double contact.
Cross shot attempt falls. Nicely done there by Autumn Kennedy. Completely threw East Knox off guard.
Yeah, she's able to hit it in a spot there, what we call the 4 zone, where nobody was. Generally, it's not defended, and the people are attacking from the outside.
Scouting. That time into the net, so East Knox back on the board, 5-3.
Yeah, it was just a little bit off the net, but it was outside of her body. A ball outside of your body, you want to take right across court. You try to take it back inside and go line and hit it in the net.
That shot, it looked long, but it was received. Turns into a free ball for East Knox. And again into the net.
Get a little bit out of system there. Wise broad back row, just tried to make a good down ball and hit the top of the tape hill down.
They're saying, I think, a net violation on East Knox.
Yeah, well, it looks like he called net, but he touched East Knox side. I'm thinking probably should have touched Centerburg side, but anyway, yeah, he called. I didn't see anybody else there. I thought it was the setter.
So, yeah, give the point to Centerburg and give the ace to Centerburg to pull them up to 3 points at 7-4.
Yeah, I saw the setter come from the back row and coming. Looks like she was going to the net, but it must have been somebody else up there to defend her. They went in the net.
That's bumped back over. Free ball to East Knox. And finished off. Maddie Annette.
She says, no more of this free ball, bumping over stuff. I'm swinging. Nice, good, solid swing. Right near the baseline. Good point.
Makes it 7-5. Somehow that ball got crossed over the net. Looked like that was going to go towards the net for DeHart, but she gets it over and gets them the point back.
Yep, the blocker there puts his hands up, block. The first one dropped down, but it wasn't ruled an attack, so therefore it's a double contact.
Annette once again, this time through the block.
Again,
makes it 8-6.
Good solid swing right off the blocker. Some of the difference we're seeing in this set and the last set is East Knox is swinging a little more velocity.
That one looked like it was going out, but it was received. And it doesn't matter anyway because that's finished off by Glenn.
Glenn, a nice good job. Again, I say, very impressed with her play. Nice controlled play. She's a freshman playing all the way around. And Centerburg's got some nice young players here on their team. And I think they're going to be something to be reckoned with down the road.
There's a nice serve. Free ball back over to Centerburg. And miss hit into the net, so Centerburg with its largest lead here in the third set, 4 points, 10-6.
Yeah, you got Weisbauer there with another attack, just the ball tight on net, so she decided just to tip over, did a good job there.
That's an ace.
I believe she leads the team in aces, so she's done a good job there and continuing to add to her lead.
She had 32 coming into this match. 32 aces, 153 digs, but that's a service mistake.
Well, it's
and
the
gets
old,
East Knox back on the board.
It's the old, let's talk about it jinx that everybody says, you know.
The commentator jinx.
Yes. Talk about making free throws and then they miss them. Talk about getting aces and they miss them.
Annette with the service. There's a chance off the block. Kept up by Centerburg. Cross back over. And miscommunication there off the bump by Remy. East Knox back to within 3.
Yeah, dug up by the setter there, and ideally you want them to dig it up to the right side so they can help set. She just passed a little far out.
Dinked over, kept up, but that'll go into the stands. A souvenir for some lucky fan. Centerburg back up 4.
Kennedy Glenn did a good job tipping the ball. She's really smart, again, for her age, to know that's a ball we need to just pass over and get in play.
Dug up by East Knox. Cross, but stays up. Nice job by both sides on their attacks. That one kept up in the back. Free ball to East Knox. Nearly out, but saved. Who wants the point worse? It'll be Centerburg.
Very good job, teams back and forth, trying to keep the ball in play. Some balls were off of good attacks. Other balls were off of sets that weren't quite there, and they were smart and kept them in play. And Centerburg was able to come up with the winning rally on that one.
So timeout, Brad Van Hoos for East Knox. I'd like to remind you on Saturdays in the afternoon, the Saturday Pigskin with Brian Skoronsky. He's joined by Kurt Conrad, Eric Will, Effie James, Travis Berardi. We will recap the action from Friday nights in high school football as we now approach playoff time, where Friday and Saturday we will have games for you on the OH report. So that's Saturday Pigskin maybe moved to another day because of the Saturday football games, but we'll keep you updated on when we will do that. But Saturday Pigskin on the OH report, live and free on our Facebook and YouTube pages. So we return to action here. Centerburg leads by 5 here, looking to close out East Knox. Good effort there by the Lady Bulldogs, but just can't get it back over the net, and Centerburg up 6.
And one thing you appreciate about East Knox is you look over there at the end of the play, they're not standing up most of the time. If the ball's out of bounds or the ball's on the ground, they're diving. They're not afraid to hit the floor. So you got to appreciate that. Coach loves that from players when they're ready to do that.
Ball bumped over. Nice block by Centerburg, but somehow kept up, but a miss hit out of bounds makes it 15-8.
Just deep down that line. I think they're trying to go back down that line again. They were successful with in that first set. And just hitting them a little bit deep.
Once again, down the line for the point. Gets East Knox back in this. It's 15-9.
That one they made in. Again, just turn those shoulders, square up those shoulders to the net, hit the ball straight down the line.
Brenna Remy with the serve. Free ball over the East Knox. Montgomery blocked. Scouting with the point.
Scout with a nice block here. She was ready for that. Jumped up, kept her hands firm, ball back, lands on the other part of the side. Did a good job reaching over the net for the block.
Well, they're going to give the point to East Knox, though, so
Wonder what they call
I saw that wrong. It's 15-10.
Well, that's what I saw.
That shot blocked up. And that one into the net. So now Centerburg does get the point. It's 16-10.
I was with you. I trusted you on that one. But I think the block, I think she did get a block on it. I think it landed on their side. I think she was up for the block, but it rolled and landed on East Knox side.
Montgomery blocked that time back to her side. Again blocked by Scouted.
Patrolling the net.
That bumped over the block. Kept up. and finished off.
Autumn Kennedy with a good kill there.
Nice cross shot towards the back line. Gets the finish. 17-10. And that's an ace off the face of the ref. Does a little dance and gives them the point.
Kennedy with a nice serve there to the what we would say the 4 zone, and landed in.
Ooh, that'll hurt. That'll leave a mark in the morning for the ref, but
he's got a mask to cover himself, so he's all right.
nice dig there by Centerburg. Just a little dink, but once again, Centerburg keeps it up. Free ball back over to East Knox. Miss hit, and that leads to a Centerburg point.
It's a good block there by Scowden and Kennedy. King tried to tip it over and went right into the block.
Lady Trojans 6 points away from taking the match. Short serve there. Nice effort to try and finish it off, but East Knox kept it alive. We've seen a lot of good volleys by both squads tonight. Centerburg finishing that one off.
Absolutely. That means that they're reading the hitters pretty well, able to get down underneath them. That's pretty good. Reading those shoulders, getting in front of them, and able to finish it off. Centerburg is for a 10-point lead.
So 5 points away now. Another short serve. And nicely done there by Mielik. Stops the run. East Knox, though, down 9.
Coach is giving Scout a little coaching there. She's saying, I have my hands up, just hit a little bit off the side of my hand, which that'll happen. We'll keep those blockers having firm hands penetrate over.
Good effort in the back by Biggs, but just unable to corral that one and goes out of bounds.
Well, again, the ball went to the setter first, and Kennedy Glenn did a real good job stepping in. Santa Carla did a help set, and outside hitter was able to put that ball away for a nice kill.
We have a substitution. Natalie Hull in for East Knox. And Scout in to serve for the Lady Trojans, needing 4 points. Montgomery to the back line, set up. And a miss hit, so East Knox gets another point.
Seen it happen a couple times tonight when somebody who's not the setter tried to help set. They push the ball just a little bit too wide, and hard to bring that ball back inside the antenna.
So Montgomery serving down 9. Nicely done there by Gwen Sands. Just push the ball into the open space. Makes it 22-12.
Yeah, they did a real good job, the middle hitters for Centerburg, of misdirecting that ball. They go up the swing for it, and if they can't put it away, they're going to hit right and hit left and put some misdirection on that, which is good. Looks like we're getting some substitutions here for East Knox.
Hannah Myers in for Montgomery. Kylie Schaeferly to serve for the Lady Trojans, needing 3 points. Free ball will not get to the net. Point Centerburg. 23-12.
Again, a good scoring run. Last time they did this on the serve, and you know how it goes. Jinx again.
Miss serve into the net. It's 23-13.
Still down by 10. For East Knox, you're saying, here, let's get on a good run here. Serves in, hits in, contacts in.
But East Knox gives it right back, and we have match point for Centerburg. So Wolford serving for the win. She gets a nice dig there. Pushed back up. Wolford again receives, but nobody there, and East Knox gets another point.
Yeah, it's tough.
24-14.
She had to dig and then had to get up real quick and try to make a play. Wasn't able to do that. We're hoping to save 10 points here.
10 match points now for Centerburg as Sydney Biggs checks out. Brought back over. Centerburg with a chance to finish it here. And it's in, and that'll do it.
Nice, good deep shot in the corner there. Centerburg finishes off in fine fashion. Looked like they kind of righted the ship a little bit in this last set and won pretty convincingly.
So Centerburg sweeps the match. 25-20, 25-15, 25-14. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back hopefully with an interview from victorious Centerburg. You're watching high school volleyball live and free on the OH Report.
Hi, this is Brock Ross from the Danville office of the Kilbuck Savings Bank, and I want to wish the Danville Blue Devils all the best for a great season.
And this is Dee Scott from the Apple Valley office of the Kilbuck Savings Bank, and I'm here to wish the East Knox Bulldogs an awesome season.
We may root for different teams, but we are together in our efforts to service the financial needs of our neighbors and friends in the Knox County area.
Supporting our community is even more important today. So contact me, Dee Scott, at the Apple Valley office.
Or me, Brock Ross, at Danville.
The Kilbuck Savings Bank, your community partner, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
She holds her glass up high. She's drowning out the noise. She's screaming out her lungs, but you cannot hear her voice. Oh, and everything comes to an end. Her heart broke 'cause her mind wouldn't let it bend. She's got the blue eyes, blonde hair, don't care. Attitude that gets her everywhere, and she's out there looking for love. She's got the blue eyes, blonde hair, don't care. Attitude that gets her everywhere, and she's out there looking for love. I'm getting her through tonight. I'm getting her out alive. Her fingers intertwined with mine, even for a little while. But when the evening ends, we're back to being friends. Oh, and everything comes to her. And everything comes to her. Blue eyes, blonde hair.
Back here at East Knox, where Centerburg victorious in 3 straight sets. I am now joined by Taylor Scowden, the senior leader of Centerburg. Taylor, just first off, congratulations on the sweep, and just take me through your performance tonight.
Well, I think when we were down and we came back, I thought we came together as a team and we just had a lot of enthusiasm, and we just really played well together, and we were I was glad that we were able to dig ourselves out of that hole.
Yeah, speaking of that hole, I mean, I believe it was 7-1 to start. Then you guys fought back. Then you went down 6 again. I think it was 15-9, and your coach called a timeout. Just what did your coach tell you guys to really get you guys going? Because you scored 16 straight to win the set after that.
She just said that this is the game that we need to get ready for tournaments and that we need to play together. And I think that's exactly what we did when we stepped back out onto the court.
Speaking of tournaments, I mean, the tournament draws this weekend. You start that pretty much next week. Just what do you guys need to do to get ready for the tournament run?
I think that we just need to, once we step out onto the court, just get ahead and stay ahead and just keep coming together and have a lot of enthusiasm. And I think we'll be great in the tournaments. And
finally, just if you want to look into the camera and just say what you want to Trojan Nation.
Let's go Trojans.
All right, thank you, Taylor. Let me take your headset and I'll give this to Brian. We'll wrap things up. Here, Brian. So, it was a pretty good match by both squads. East Knox fought in the first set, but a couple mistakes really hurt them at the end. Centerburg winning 25-20. And then the second set, it looked like East Knox was really about to make a big run, but then Centerburg answered, takes the second set, and then he pretty much rolled in that third set.
Yeah, overall, the biggest thing that we found was that it's just some inconsistencies. Even when East Knox was able to put things together, they actually held the lead, and then they had some inconsistencies. They really struggled from serve receive tonight. When Centerburg made their biggest runs, usually it was at the service line, taking them out of system, getting aces, getting free balls, and a really big probably one of the biggest keys to the match, I think, would probably be simply that. Is Centerburg did a really good job. They've got a couple of really good, talented servers that did a great job and took them out of system and able to win in 3.
So Centerburg with the win moves to 7-9 on the season. East Knox drops to 1-15. We'd like to thank our crew here tonight at East Knox. On cameras, Storm Blunchley and Garrett Parlett. On the graphics, replays, pretty much everything else, Adam Thompson, our director, jack of all trades. I am Travis Berardi, lead commentator, and Brian Votow, color commentator. We'd also like to thank East Knox High School for another fine match down here. We will have one more match for you from East Knox coming up on Thursday. We will be here for the call of that. But for now, signing off from East Knox. Have a great night, folks.